Welcome to this tutorial video of class 4. As you know, today we are going to start the revision and we will start with chapter 1. The name of the chapter, it is written here, computer, storage and memory device. I am telling you the topics what we are going to discuss. As we have already discussed it, so we are not going to explain it very details. Okay, we will go just touch the topics and we will explain it like that only. So which are the topics we are going to discuss today? That is data and information, data storage unit, types of memory and storage devices. These are the 4 topics we are going to discuss. Let's see how much we can discuss today. So first we will start with data and information. So you will understand what is data and what is information. Okay. Now in shortcut, I can tell you unorganized fact and figures what we are entering into the computer. Okay, means meaningless things. Suppose we are entering any number 2, 3 or any letter A, B, but we have not given any instructions. This type of data where we don't give any instructions. So that type of data is called unorganized data. Okay, unorganized fact and figures, so that is called data. But when this data processed by the CPU and meaningful result comes through the output devices, that is called information. Okay, this data when processed by the CPU and we get a meaningful result, that meaningful result is known as information. So again I repeat, unorganized fact and figure is known as data, and after processing the data, the result what we get, that is called information. Now I am going to show you here with some example. So now we need to enter a certain set of characters and instructions into the computer to make it work, because computer cannot work on its own. So this set of characters like alphabets, digits or special characters that represent facts or figures is known as data. Okay, when this data is processed by the processing unit, that is CPU, is known as information. Right? Therefore, we can say data is unorganized facts and figures and processed data is known as information. Okay? Now children, you should remember that unprocessed data is meaningless. Okay? But when data is organized and converted into meaningful information, it becomes useful. Now examples, many examples are given in the book. I hope you are going through it. One example is given regarding the cloths. When you buy a cloth, the piece of cloth is meaningless, okay, useless, that we can say the cloth is data. When the cloth is converted into a dress by the tailor, that dress material, the dress becomes meaningful, so it is called information. Understanding? Few more examples are given, so you go through it, you will be able to understand. We are not going to discuss about those things. Okay, this is about that cloth only. Okay, the cloth, piece of cloth what you get from the shop, that is called data, because it is useless until you stitch it. Okay, so after stitching the cloth, when you make a dress, the dress is called information. Okay. Okay. Now another example, this is given. It is in the book also. You go through. I am not going to explain. Many data and information examples are there. So in shortcut, I can tell you the meaningless things what we enter into the computer, that is called data. And the meaningful result which comes after processing, that is called information. Information is also known as output. Okay. Now let's see what is given in the next. These all are the examples of data and information only. Okay, we are not going to discuss. Just we wait for the next topic. Data and information is clear. After data and information, what is the next topic? That is data storage unit. Okay, so we will start with data storage unit. In page number 7, chapter number 1, a memory size is given. Okay, that 8 bits equal to 1 byte, 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobytes, and so on. Many things are given. I hope you have already seen it. So now, whatever we feed into the computer, it gets converted into a machine's understandable code. That is called machine's code. Okay, see, it gets converted into the machine's understandable code called machine code. What I have just now said. A computer can understand only two states. Okay, two things: on represented by 1 and off represented by 0. Okay, I hope you can remember that computer can understand only two things, two states, on and off. On represented by 1 and off represented by 0. Okay, these two things, this 0 and 1, these two digits are known as binary digits. Okay, or bits. Now, these two digits 0 and 1 are called binary digits or bits. Now, the data is stored in the computer memory in the form of bits and measures in bytes. Now, memory size 8 bits equal to 1 byte. Okay, 1024 bytes equal to 1 kilobyte. Okay, now next is 1024 kilobyte is equal to 1 megabyte, which 1 MB. Whole chart is given in the book. Chapter 1, please go through. 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte, means 1 GB, and 1024 GB is equal to 1 TB. 1024 TB is equal to 1 PB. Okay, and this you go through this chart and you have to remember. Okay, shortcuts as well as full form also. Now, next is memory. Okay, every computer has a certain amount of memory. Now, types of memory, this is our next topic. Okay, every computer has a certain amount of memory. Okay, the memory capacity determines how much data and instructions can be stored in a computer, either temporarily or permanently. Right? The memory of a computer is of two types, that is primary memory or internal memory, and second is external memory or secondary memory. Okay, so memory of a computer is divided into two groups or two parts. First one is internal memory or primary memory, and second one is external memory or secondary memory. Primary memory is also of two types, that is RAM and ROM. Okay, and external memory, all the storage devices are called external memory, like hard disk, CD, DVD. Okay, CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc. These are the examples of secondary memory. So memory is of two types, right? You have to remember. Now, what is internal memory? Now, internal memory is also called primary memory or main memory, right? It is the built-in memory designed to store data and instructions while the computer is working. The data stored in internal memory is erased when the computer is shut down or program is closed. It is always easier to access data or program from the internal memory, as it is the fastest form of the computer data storage. Now, primary memory is of two types. As I told, RAM stands for random access memory. Okay, it stores the information temporarily and works like a blackboard. Okay, where it can be constantly overwritten. The information stored in the memory is lost when you turn off the computer or when the power goes off. Right? RAM is also called a calculator, type of calculator. Why? Like calculator, your information is stored till the calculator is on. The moment you turn off the calculator, your data will be disappearing. Right? Now, external memory. Internal. Next is ROM. Okay. Next is ROM. Primary memory is of two types. Already we have told, that is RAM and ROM. RAM is a temporary memory. Okay. The data stored in RAM gets erased when you turn off the computer or the program is closed. Okay, it stores the information temporarily, right? It works like a blackboard where you can erase and rewrite many times. Okay, no problem. It is also behaves like a calculator, where in a calculator, what you can see, the data is present until the calculator is on. Okay, till the calculator is on. As you turn off the calculator, your data will be erased. Now, ROM. read-only memory. ROM stands for read-only memory. It holds the startup instructions that prepare a computer for use. ROM holds the startup instructions that prepare a computer for use, right? The instructions stored in ROM cannot be changed but can only be read. It retains the stored information even when the power is switched off, right? Now see, ROM is like an audio disc that can be played but we cannot record anything on it except in a few selected circumstances. Okay, now external memory. It is used to store information for a longer period. Data is not lost in the external memory even when the computer is turned off, right? The external memory is essential because the internal memory of a computer has a limited storage capacity, right? It is also called the secondary memory. When we run a program, it is copied from the secondary storage into the internal memory. It takes more time to access data from the secondary memory as compared to the internal memory. Okay, now storage devices. In our daily life, we use many storage devices such as cupboard, bookshelf, refrigerator, school bag, etc. To store various relevant items, right? A computer also uses various storage devices to store data in them, which vary in storage capacity. For example, hard disk, pen drive, CD, etc. These are the storage devices. Now know the fact. Hard disk was invented by IBM team led by Ray Johnson. He is considered as the father of the hard disk. Now other storage devices. These are the permanent. Okay. Secondary storage devices are the permanent. Hard disk. You know hard disk. Hard disk is fixed inside the CPU box. It can store the maximum amount of data. It can hold a large amount of data. Hard disk can store up to 8 TB of data, right? Nowadays, external hard disks are also available, which are small in size and can be carried anywhere, right? Now, next storage device is CD. CD stands for compact disk. It is an optical storage device. A CD is a thin, shiny, circular disk that can store up to 700 MB of data and measures in 4.7 inches, right, in diameter. A CD can hold text, graphics, sound, images and videos. It can be used for data backup and holding software. Now let's know more. CDs are generally of two types, CD-R and CD-RW. Data one written on CD-R means compact disk recordable cannot be erased but only read, right? The CD-RW compact disk rewritable is the disk where you can erase the data and write many times. Okay. Now other storage devices like DVD. The full form of DVD is digital versatile disk or digital video disk, right? It is an optical storage device used for data storage and for recording movies with high video and sound quality. The storage capacity varies from 4.7 GB to 17 GB. Now another storage device is Blu-ray disc. It is a new optical disc format that can store up to 128 GB of data. This disc is mainly used for storing high quality sound, games, movies, etc. The name Blu-ray disc is derived from the blue-violet laser that is used to read and write data on it. Okay, now let's know more what is given. In 1965, James Russell invented the compact disc, means CD. However, the compact disc did not become popular until launched and mass manufactured by Philips in 1980. Okay, now in this video, we are going to stop here only, where we have seen the data, information, memory size, computer's memory and its types and some other storage devices. Okay, we will see you in the next video with chapter 1 only for next part. Okay, till then, goodbye. Thank you for watching.